I am so excited to share my new shawl design with Ching Fiber. We created a new 5-skein fade, and I got so inspired by these new colors that I designed not just one shawl, but 2 new shawls that are launching this Thursday on April 25th. So the patterns and the kits for these yarns are coming out this Thursday, and I'm wearing the Mesmerizing Mermaid Shawl, which is the name of the new color palette. It's these beautiful aqua tones with little blue and purple speckles, and it fades in saturation from light into these multicolor speckles with purples and finishes with super shadowy teals and blues. So this is the Mesmerizing Mermaid Shawl. It's a really big semicircle, and look at all of those colors just melting together. It has beautiful dip stitches that are the first section of the shawl. So this is an unusual construction where I don't start at the top and go in one direction for the whole shawl. I started here in the middle because I wanted to start with the funnest part of the pattern, these really fun dip stitches. And I just love how this technique looks with variegated and speckled yarns because it elongates the stitches and they just look like little jewels in each dip stitch. So you're gonna fade in and out of the colors, light to dark, back to light, back to dark, to create this smooth flowing ripple effect with the colors. And then after you knit this center section, section 1, you pick up right here, and then you decrease to the top center, going from light to dark. So it's a really fun, playful way to work with 5 colors, working in different directions in the fabric. Section 1, section 2, and then section 3 picks up along the other edge, and then you knit toward the border. And you just keep on going. I tell you exactly when to change colors in this pattern, so you get that same light to dark to light crescendo of color. And it ends with this big, beautiful border. And this final border is a simple pattern repeat, so you can make more rows if you have more yarn. Or if you're running a little bit short on colors or customizing your own shawl with your own colors, you can just stop early and bind off at the end of any pattern repeat. So it's really short pattern repeat rows, and I went really big by repeating them as much as I could to really lengthen the amount of yarn that I had to make the shawl as big as possible. What I really like about this big shawl is with that centerpiece being that first section. Whenever you just drape it over the shoulders, it creates a really decorative little arch effect over your shoulders with that beautiful dip stitch section. It's a bit more plush and dimensional than regular stockinette or garter stitch. It has a beautiful lofty, kind of a 3D effect in the fabric. So I love showcasing that when it's just draped over the shoulders and it's plenty big enough to keep on swooshing and wrapping, and you can wear this shawl all kinds of different ways. It's a really big schlanket, but if you want it a little bit smaller, then just make that border about half as big or bind off early there. But I'm mesmerized. I called it the Mesmerizing Mermaid Shawl because I played with the fading a little bit different than I usually do. Usually I just use the colors from A all the way to E, but in this pattern, I really wanted to see the colors in different ways. So you see that little short fading transition in and out, light to dark, and then a really gradual light to dark, and then back to light. A really fun way to work with that fading technique, but in a little bit more of a multi-directional way. So that's the Mesmerizing Mermaid Shawl. This will be a single pattern for purchase, a single pattern on Ravelry and Westknits.com, and then at the same time when this individual pattern launches, you're also going to see a free pattern option. So we'll have one individual pattern for purchase, the Mesmerizing Mermaid, and this is the Treasure Trove Wrap, which is a free pattern. It's a really simple biased rectangle shape. So you cast on, actually with the lightest color over here, you cast on and work the dip stitches, and it forms this really lovely diagonal effect in the fabric, and you just do the same dip stitch technique throughout the entire Treasure Trove Wrap. So this will be a free pattern. I could see this also done with mini skeins, or if you have one beautiful shimmering color, then it would be really lovely in a solid to showcase all those textured dip stitches. I mean, look at that. If you have a variegated yarn, put that into your fading sequence. And I think this dip stitch is really where variegated and speckled yarns shine, because it really lengthens those streaks of color and just makes little collectible jewels throughout the fabric. So you're gonna go light to dark with the same 5 colors for the Treasure Trove wrap, a really simple shape to drape over your shoulders. It's nice and wide, so you have a beautiful, generous amount of fabric there. And again, this shawl, you can stop early. If you want it a little bit shorter, then just work fewer pattern repeats of those dip stitches, and you could make it a little bit shorter. Oh, I just love this. Maybe how else could we wear this? Maybe I'll tuck this one in. I just love all the colors cascading together. So many fun ways to style and drape this shawl. So when it's a little chillier in the evenings, you can really bundle it up, but I love really showcasing all those colors and wrapping it around and then pull on the fabric a little bit. There we go, to show off the drape, and you get to see more of those beautiful dip stitches. So that's the Treasure Trove wrap. Let me know in the comments down below which one of these variations you're gonna be knitting. If you're gonna knit the free Treasure Trove wrap, or if you're gonna do that semicircular Mesmerizing Mermaid Shawl. So both of these come out on Thursday, and the kits for these will be at Stephen and Penelope. And we've got a big batch to launch with, but they do usually go pretty quick. So if you are getting one of these kits, try to get there on time on Thursday at 4 p.m. Amsterdam time. And once these kits are gone, the first batch, we're working on another batch. So just stay tuned in the spring when we'll be getting more of these beautiful custom colors from Ching Fiber. And I'm just so impressed by their artistry over there in London in the Ching studio. They just dye all the speckles to match perfectly. And these aqua tones just make me so, so happy. Really shimmery and super soft on their single ply merino base. These are all dyed on Dashing Sassy. It's one of my favorite buttery soft merinos to knit with. So those kits and the pattern are this Thursday. I hope you enjoy this little 2-for-1 pattern. I got really inspired by the colors, so I can't wait to see what you make with these new custom colors. And maybe you could even choose another design, like my sea swell shawl. I think they would be amazing as a sea swell shawl. Or you could do a fiery foliage or a dotted rays. Get creative with these 5 colors, and now you have 2 new landscapes to play with your faded color stories. So thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next video.